just remind ourselves before that, okay, if you can keep your videos on for the next 25 minutes, it will be of a great help. So that it'll be more interactive and it'll be as if we are discussing to each other. So please, if possible, if it's convenient, please keep the videos on all through. And just to remind us as to why we have these meetings, it is to business owners, entrepreneurs coming together, sharing ideas, trying to challenge each other just to keep growing their businesses. Because, one of the things that happens for a business owner is there is no boss. So the only way to inspire each other is by having a group of people who come together and say, okay, this is what we are doing, and maybe you can do like this, and we try to inspire each other to grow. So that's the purpose, that's the idea behind all this. And we focus on the Pathfinder stage of business. That's a stage where someone has already been in business for some time, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 years, and they're just trying to find a path of growth. So that's the kind of businesses that will benefit the most from these meetings. So that's one thing. Okay, then how did it all start? It started when three friends we got together. We started, sharing ideas about businesses, and we started asking questions to each other, and we thought, okay, I think this kind of an interaction would really help us to scale up our business because we can get consultation, ask questions, and also that's how it all started. And we have a portal, becommunity.me, where you can also go and register, put your details, search the members who are there. We also have a tool where you can set goals and track those goals. So if you're interested in these, please let me know. I'll guide you on how to use them. Today, once again, we are focusing on the individual. We've had different sessions for different topics, but today, again, we're going back to the individual focus. We have a WhatsApp group where you can also share about your business, ask for referrals, put referrals for each other. If you're not part of that group, please let me know. I'll add you into that group. And share anything positive about your business, promote your business, but avoid hate messages, political messages, and all that as much as possible. Please do not put them. So today, the topic is building unshakable confidence to overcome challenges and drive success. And we have Mr. Vanya Grant, who is a confidence and leadership coach, who will be sharing this message with us. A little background about Mr. Vanya Grant. He is a former mariner officer. Is it marine officer or mariner officer? You gave it as mariner.
Yeah, it's marine officer. Yeah,
Marine officer. Okay, great.
yeah.
And now he's a leadership trainer and a confidence coach. He is very passionate about helping young people. In fact, last time I met him, he said he's actually conducting a session for some students and out of college and all, helping them in leadership skills and all that. And he has been a national level athlete and also a music producer. So he's like all over the place. He's a guy who's done everything. He's seen different parts of the world, and now he's someone who helps in leadership and confidence coach. So thank you very much, Vanya, for agreeing to take up the session. I know I've been asking this to you, I think almost for 3 months now. It's not that he never wanted to do it, but his dates were not, getting. He was traveling all over the place. He was continuously traveling. So finally, we got to get him today. Thank you very much. Over to you. You can share your screen and you can take it forward.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Thomas, brother, and thanks everyone for joining. And it's a it's my pleasure to be here. And sorry for not being here. I was actually traveling, so I could not make it. I really wanted to, although I could attend the sessions sometimes. Yeah. So okay. So as a marine officer, it was. I would say, fortunately or unfortunately, we have some things like storms, and some people love watching the wind, and sometimes it is hateful when it is too strong. And I was sailing in the Arabian Sea off the coast of Mumbai once when I was on ship, and the winds were very heavy. It was so tremendous that it was touching 80 knots per hour. And it's not kilometers per hour, it's knots per hour, where we calculate the wind in knots per hour, just like the ship speed is calculated in nautical miles, and not kilometers. So we were facing this storm when we were going from India towards the Gulf, and the ship's decks were full of water. The sea was rolling us to and fro, and the confidence of the people, the crew, was still not shaken, even though the waves and the wind hit our deck, and there were so many, what to say, the thick rods, the iron bars also twisted because of the force. But still, the confidence kept us steady, and we were propelling the ship with full speed, but we were still making 0 knots on the ground. Okay, so that was the force, but still the confidence kept us going, because we trusted our engines, we trusted the crew, we trusted that we can still uh, go safely to our destination, and we did. So even though we all may not be facing similar situations, like facing the ship's storms, but we all face certain challenges as entrepreneurs, as business owners. And I would love to have some interaction in the chat box as to what is that one big challenge which you are facing as an entrepreneur, or as a business owner or a professional. And it would be good to see the chat buzzing. What is one big challenge which you are facing right now, which you want to tackle? Take your time. I'll give you 30 seconds to type it out in the chat box. It could be anything big or small. It could be lead generation. It could be, sales, or it could be personal confidence which you're lacking, or it could be anything. Yeah. Thanks so much. So I see. Okay, Thomas brother says maintain drive. Earnest media attrition. Yes, that's a big problem now. Sufala Shetty says dealing with the Indian manufacturers. Okay, interesting. Okay, and team building, limited by own limitations. Operations, says Theo, communicating the vision and goals to the team. Yes, that could be another big one. Yes. Anyone else? Yeah, leads. Not getting enough leads. Jabakumar says volatility. Thank you, Sajan. Thank you, Jabakumar, Dinesh, Sfala, Thomas, and Ernest Media. I don't know what is the name, but yeah. Thank you so much for your interaction in the chat box. Yes. So we all have these problems and challenges which we face regularly, right? And let's get into confidence. How do we deal with this? First, we have to have an unshakable confidence in ourselves. Let us get to the definition first. What is confidence? The dictionary here says the feeling or belief that one can have faith in or rely on someone or something. The feeling or the belief in yourself or in someone else, or something or someone, just like we relied on the ship's engine, that is something, or someone, the faith on the crew, that we could steer it well towards the Arabian coast, without getting aground, without hitting the rock somewhere. That was a faith that was a faith we had in our crew, in our ship, on the people around us. So that is the confidence, right? So we all face different challenges in our life, and there's a quote which is given by Henry Ford, where he said, "Whether you think you can or think you can't, you are right. Whether you think you can do it, or whether you think you cannot do it, both ways you are right." Right. So that's an interesting quote, which actually tells that what you think will happen. Right. So we have to really think whether we can build a team or not, and get the right people on board or not, whether we can face this attrition or not, right? And there are other problems which are facing. So let us get into the three core pillars of confidence today. How do we build the confidence in us so that we can face these challenges? Okay, I hope you're able to see my screen. Give a thumbs up if you do. Okay, thank you. So what are the three core pillars of confidence? So we have a very limited time, so I'll just try to cover it briefly, and you can also contact me if you really want to understand it further. So number one is mindset shift. What is it? Mindset. We all know this, okay? And I don't need to stress it further. Mindset shift. So we all have setbacks in our life. We all have challenges. And I would like to share one interesting story of me when I was running the national level athletics. And we all went from Tamil Nadu, and we all most of us could not get any medals in national levels. We went to Kochi actually in Kerala, and we I did not get any medal actually. And we were most of the people, the team which we went from Tamil Nadu, were really like sad because we did not get any medal for our state. And then suddenly, I was reading that the book called Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, and there was something called being proactive, and that's when the mind shifted for me. What if there was the mind shift that what if I could not do it, but we as a team could be a better win. We all could do better, right? So there was only one event which was left, which is the relay. And I told, okay, even if we are not good alone or as a lone athlete, but we could be a better team. So let us, why not come together and practice this bait and exchange and try to save that time. And no, if we could do it, we could beat the other players, other states. So we did practice that night, that evening, and the next day we had relay. And in the morning also we practiced the bait and exchange, and also the timing with when we have to do that, and all the nitty-gritties of it. And you know what, we actually got gold medal for our state. And before that, everyone wanted to go back. Everyone wanted to go back, saying we have already booked our tickets, and anyway we have lost it. Why should we? There was so much of negative thinking, and everyone wanted to just go because they were depressed after losing. So that small little shift and that encouragement which I had to give the team made all the difference. Similarly, if you have some teams which you're working with, and if you are the catalyst, if you are the person who can change the mind of your team and motivate them and inspire them, then you could change something. Okay. And there is also one line which says, if you keep doing the things you have been doing, you will keep getting the results which you have been getting. I'll repeat. If you keep doing the things which you are doing, you will keep getting the results which you are getting. So if your mindset is there, which is tuned for negativity or which is tuned for failure, you need to probably change certain things. You need to probably change some mindset within you or within your team so that you get different results. So work on this and it will definitely change things for you. Okay, so that is one. Next is number two. Is building competence. Building competence. So how do we build competence? So many times what happens is we are we are thinking like we need to get this big vision and we have to get successful. If we are not getting this lead, then we are we are gone. We are not successful, right? So the thing is, we got to start small. You cannot eat the elephant in one day, right? You got to cut it into bits. Okay, it's a it's a hardcore example, but yes, you got to. If you want to think big and you want to achieve big, you got to do small things, small tweaks, and celebrate those small wins. That's when you will be able to achieve bigger results later. So confidence is like a muscle. It's like going to the gym, and you cannot get no those 26-inch biceps in a week, right? You got to do 3 kg, then you have to do 10 kg after through 2 months, maybe after 6 months you do 15 kgs, and once you keep doing that, and that's when you become stronger, and you win, and you actually become competent, right? Similarly, in whatever we are doing, we got to be enjoying those small moments, small wins, and celebrate it. Most of the time, what happens is we don't celebrate it unless we have really achieved that big success. So I would encourage you to achieve those small wins, and celebrate them. And also encourage your team members. Whoever has achieved small wins, please encourage them. Even if it is a small win, when you encourage them, and they will be motivated to do bigger tasks, right? So please do that, and you will definitely achieve bigger results soon. So here is one more quote by Robert Collier, who says success is the sum of small efforts repeated daily. Success is the sum of small efforts repeated daily. So please don't underestimate small wins. Please celebrate them, and that's what will lead us to being competent. And please celebrate those small wins. And let me go to the last one, because time is running. So number 3. So many times what happens is we are devastated by the failures which we are facing, right? So you got to this is one technique which you can use, because in the past you would have achieved some results, some successes, small or big, and I want you to anchor yourself, just like a ship anchors to the ground and is there, right? You got to visualize those moments where when you achieved that success and how you achieved that. And when you visualize that success, okay, I won that gold medal in the athletics in national level. Wow, that was a good achievement, and I celebrate it, and I anchor it. Okay, I could do that time. Now I can also do it this time also. So I anchor myself, visualizing my recent achievements. And when I ground that, then that will help me, that will propel me, rather, that would boost me to achieve this time as well. So I would want you to do that exercise, and it will keep that will help you definitely propel you towards the success which you are wanting, right? So and one more thing is, confidence is not thinking that you're better. Always remember this: confidence is not thinking that you are better. It's not needing to compare. So many times what happens is we are comparing ourselves with others so much that we lose confidence in ourselves, and it brings you down. So you got to understand that confidence is not thinking that you are better. It's not needing to compare. So please do not compare yourself with others, but and just go with what you have. Believe in yourself, and it will help uh, you to be successful. So I hope that helps, and we can go into insights from your side. I have a lot to share, but since the time is running, I would like you all to put in your thoughts. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vanya, for sharing that. Yeah, so anyone would like to add anything on how to, contribute on how we can increase our confidence levels, and or even if you have any questions that you would like to ask. So one thing, like as Mr. Vanya, you were saying about maybe you mentioned that probably you wouldn't have had a physical storm like that, hitting the ship and swaying it around. But as business owners and entrepreneurs, I'm sure all of us would have had a much bigger storm inside our mind. The biggest problem that we face is not the external things that happen. That anyway happens for everybody, it is one and the same. But how are we controlling that in our minds, and how are we controlling the storms in our mind, the doubts and fears and anxiety and stress, and those are the things, which actually puts all our confidence down and puts us into problem. That's one small thing that I thought I'll just add to that. And one thing that I found, even I used to do this earlier, to put faith in myself, and to recollect all the successes that I've had in the past. So, oh, yeah, I've done that. So with that, I'm able to do I can still do and all that. But what I found was it was not. I found that if I'm able to put faith in myself is one level, but if I'm able to put faith in something beyond me, is even more powerful. So I started looking for that, and then of course for me, you take anyone, they say, okay, there's some power out there, there's some, nature or something. So of course for me, it is Jesus. So I put my faith in Jesus, and that helps a lot. It really helps me to remain calm and have the peace. Of course, each one of us can have the various things, but putting a complete faith in self, I'm not sure if it would really help. What's your take on that? To believe in ourselves and nothing beyond ourselves. Do you think it'll actually strengthen us? What's
Is
your
that a question? Yeah.
a question also? Yeah.
I think I would say believe in yourself, and too much believing is also overconfidence. So I would say you have to believe yourself and also believing others. And of course, you talked on the point called God, right? So I would say there's something called circle of influence and circle of concern. Okay, there are two circles. The inner circle is the circle of influence, where you can influence things around you, and you are in charge of the ship. You can do a lot of things. You can control the crew, you can control the engines, you have lot in control. But what is the outer circle is the circle of concern, which is you are not in control. The storm you cannot control, the waves you cannot control. There are certain
Yeah.
things which you cannot control. So I would say that God, the higher authority, is in control, and you got to believe on him. You have to have confidence on him also. So I would say the confidence in yourself, and also God and others around you, your crew, your teammates, all
Yeah.
that adds up for you to be successful in life. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Vanya, for
Thanks.
sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sufala Shetty, you would like to share? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just wanted to ask. Of course, like he said very correctly, everything within the circle, inner circle of trust, it's all within you control. But my company, I'm sitting in the Netherlands, but we manufacture a lot of things in India, a lot of IT related stuff. Everything goes to India. All the background work, whatever it is. But then often we do not quickly conclude whatever it is. It takes forever and ever. Here we as Dutch, we expect things to be kind of concluded within a couple of meetings. But in India, it can go on for months and months, sometimes years, and no clarity. And when I give business for contract manufacturing, by the way, yeah, we are a nutraceutical company. As an owner of the company, I have a lot of things to do, and I have to keep following up on emails, on messages, and every time we have these long virtual meetings, and no one takes minutes of the meeting, and again I have to repeat it. I find that extremely frustrated. Like you said, uh, out of out of my own circle, like
Yeah.
storm. It's for me, it's like a thunderstorm or lightning, heavy tide, which I cannot control sometimes,
Absolutely.
which really affects business here, supply chain. If they
Yeah.
take their own time and there is no follow up, there is no sustainable follow ups.
So, you started this recently, or you've been doing for decade, two
Yeah,
decades?
but recently, yes, quite
Okay.
recent, yes.
So
But
it's only a
but
matter
I've
of
been talking to them for more than 4 years now. A lot of
okay.
contract manufacturers, like laboratories and factories. who
Excellent.
manufacture all our.
So your
And then,
manufacturers
of
are
course,
based of South India or North India? Which part of it?
all over, generally Uttarakhand and
Okay.
Himachal Pradesh, and of course Pune, Bangalore also, where I am from actually originally.
Okay.
Some of it there, and Hyderabad, of course, we are also manufacturing high-end ones, patented products. We
Yeah.
are manufacturing it in Germany and Netherlands.
So, Mr. Vanya, you would like to share anything on that? Like, how should,
How to deal
uh,
with external forces?
yeah.
I mean, the storm.
So, Vanya, you have any point? Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say the external forces are not in our control, and but there are others who can influence it. Either it could be your own team members, or it could be someone else who can collaborate with you, or partners who can help you with that. So I would say reach out to those external forces which can help you. Yeah, if not, if nobody else is, then God will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the problem is if I'll have to sit with, particularly when I'm dealing with Indians, I have to be there because these Europeans do not understand Indian mindset, because they very direct, brutal. Especially the Dutch colleagues of mine are extremely brutally direct and blatant. I mean, they don't mean to hurt you or insult you, but that's how they are. They want it yes or no. They have a very limited tolerance. But it's the same with when I'm sitting with Chamber of Commerce Netherlands, and where on the other side, all Indian traders, exporters, these guys also keep complaining the same thing. There is unsustainable supply, lack of trust, this and that. There is a lot of complaints from our side, from the Netherlands too, from the Dutch government and Dutch traders, who have a lot of business, thousands and thousands of containers loads comes every year. Even they also very frustrated because there are a lot of lack of trust, and there is not much reliability and a lot of problems. Yes. So we're gonna, as an
Yeah.
Indian, I can deal with the Indians better because I know the whole lot of times it's ego issues, a lot of times other issues. There
Yeah.
are sometimes we deal with the marketing team or others. There are no R&D people coming in the meeting when the things don't move, because
Yeah.
obviously the business development and CEOs and founders of these big contract manufacturing companies, they do not know the R&D or technical details. So we tell them, why don't you bring your R&D for the meeting? Let's get it over with, right? Finish it. Because if you don't understand, someone else has to be there who understands us better. If
I
I
think,
put my
yeah.
Dutch colleagues, things go completely crazy. There are people started crying in the meeting because they are very
Oh,
blatant, these Dutch.
so, yeah.
Some people
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
we don't want to manufacture for you. So that's why I just kind of avoid my Dutch colleagues talking to any of the
Yeah.
Indian.
So since we are running
Uh,
short of time and we have two members who have raised their hands, so
yeah,
I
please
think
can. Yeah.
yeah, I think there are members here who can connect with you, Sufala, and talk to you one on one and definitely give solutions, because many members here are from India. Of course, we have members joining from other parts of the world also. So even I would like to talk to you. Maybe I'll message you and then we can catch up. So first, Jabakumar sir, you can go first, and then Mr. Dinesh, you can go next, and then I think with that we can conclude. Yeah, over to you, sir.
Yeah, great points, Mr. Vanya. I appreciate that. Just wanted to check up, resilience is one important internal factor for confidence. So I just thought whether it is captured in any of these 3 points, or you think it could be an additional to that.
Yeah, I think there are so many other pillars, and there are so many factors which build confidence, and resilience is definitely one. And well said, actually, Kumar. Yeah, so I think
Thank you.
resilience is, yeah, it is also there. So since we have only 10 minutes, I could cover only
I
three points.
understand.
Let's,
Understand.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Thanks so much for that. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah, over to you, Dinesh.
Yep, thank you very much, Thomas, for conducting this session, and thank you, Vanya, sir. I have mentioned a nice comment for you in the chat, so I take them as top 3 points for me. Like these are the pillars which I can take them forever for my life, I would say. And to Sufala ma'am, we can connect offline to solve some of the gaps which you just mentioned. I'm a management coach, and I can surely help you with some ideas. Hope we can
And
connect. Thank you.
and also into project management, and also employed with I'm also part of a multinational organization, so Dinesh can definitely connect and do that. So, yeah. So thank you. I think we'll have to wind up because we're running short of time. So please do invite your friends, whoever you feel can benefit with such discussion, and share such insights with each other. And if you are inspired, and if you would like to, just like Mr. Vanya shared with all of us today, if you are inspired to share something with all of us to encourage all of us, please let me know. You can take up one of the sessions. And these are the books that I recommend always. It's the same 6 set of books. Maybe I'll add a few more in future, but these are really fundamental and core books that I would recommend anyone as an entrepreneurship to take it up. And if you have any questions, please also put that in the group. And what I noticed is, I think, Sufala, you are in the admin only posting WhatsApp group. I'll send you the link to join the open group where each one can message. Okay, so the reason why it is admin only is because, when someone joins from social media, we don't know whether they'll spoil the group, put some messages. So that's why I do that. Yeah. So I'll send you that so that you can join the main group, introduce yourself a little bit so that Dinesh or anyone
Is this a
else.
startup group you're talking about?
SM group, BGSM SM. You are in the SM
Okay.
group. Yeah.
Right.
So there's
Okay.
another group. I'll share the link with you in WhatsApp, and you can join that.
Perfect.
So that everyone, you can connect with everyone, and we can stay connected. Yeah. Thank
Sure.
you. Thank you
Thanks.
all
Yes.
very much.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Mr. Vanya. Once again, that was an amazing session. I know it was too short for the amount of content you have, but that's the format. We come, we share critical ideas, and we go, so that we don't take too much of time. Thank you very much. Thank
Yeah.
you all once
Thanks,
again.
Vanya. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your
Bye-bye.
time. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. See you.
Good
Good
night.
night. Bye bye.
Good
Good
night. Yeah.
night. Bye-bye.